All right, what's going on, everybody? Let me make sure we got audio. Let's check. Let's see. All right, let's see. Do we get audio now? I think we got audio now. Let me know if we're good on audio now. Trying to see about the chat on Amazon's not showing up for me right now. If you're watching on YouTube, let me know if you can hear audible noise coming out before we get into this. For some reason, my Rodecaster is disconnected. And I think I know why, because I actually switched audio sources a little earlier today. But it doesn't seem to want to come back for me. All right. So I'll see if we're good on there. No comments coming in, so I guess I got to monitor my own audio. No, I got like 40 people watching across both platforms, and nobody can put in a comment. What in the world? I gotta get my headphones now. I don't even know if it is working or not working. Got no comments going on here. All right, now guess we gotta start late. So I gotta try to monitor this and see. Thank you, Antoine. That's all I needed was one person out of the 40 some people watching to say they could hear me. Appreciate it. All right. Ralph is here. Good, good, good. All right. So for some reason my B Live is not picking up my Rodecaster. I think it's because I disconnected it a little earlier and I had to switch over and I was testing something out. Um, Before we get started, I'll show y'all this real quick. Chester, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like that T-shirt. I gotta go back and oh, you're on Central Time. You're on Central Time, but yeah, this is a good T-shirt. Let me show y'all this real quick before we get started. This is not on Amazon, but I just want to show y'all. So this is what I've been talking about here off and on. More so on Clubhouse, talking about brand deals and sponsorships. This is a Showcast 100. It's a 4K video mixer, video interface. I'm gonna turn on the power real quick. I'm gonna be using this to live stream our conference that we're going to be doing here. And gee, is it next week, the 21st, 22nd, in Virginia Beach? So I don't have, let me grab that conference. So that way, if you guys are interested, you can grab a ticket and watch it if you want to see it. I'm going to be doing some behind the scenes stuff too. So I'm going to try to do my behind the scenes on my YouTube channel. We'll see if I'm able to do it. Just kind of depends on all the technicals I got to focus on. But let me grab that information if you guys are interested in either attending or just seeing what it looks like behind the scenes for this. And copy, and I'm gonna throw this into the chat for y'all. But this is the Showcast 100, and what this allows you to do is plug in 4 HDMI inputs. I do have an overhead shot. I could make my life easier with the overhead shot. All right, let me do that. Let me make my life easier with the overhead shot. All right, so let's set this here. I don't have any cameras connected to it right now because everything's connected to the Atem so that I can do the live stream here on YouTube and Amazon. But you have 4 HDMI inputs, and you can actually see those here on the screen. I got to recalibrate this because it did say camera 1, 2, 3, and 4. But you can see all 4 interfaces right here on the touch panel. And then your live program out is right here on the right. And this is a touch screen. This screen right here, everything inside is touch screen. So I can go between the different cameras or HDMI interfaces just by clicking on the button, which is pretty cool. This also has, this is from Data Link, and I'm going to have a whole video with the setup and everything that's edited once we do the conference and everything. But this thing has the ability to take in the PTZ cameras that we talk a lot about here on the channel, and you can do the pan, tilt, and zoom here on the right. So this little knob right here allows you to pan and tilt, and then you have this rocker knob on the right that allows you to zoom, and you can do your transitions between your different cameras. You can do picture-in-picture, luma key, fade transitions, all that default video transition stuff. You can also do what's called vertical, and it'll flip your cameras vertically. So if you're using PTZ cameras, vertical video. So that's a pretty cool concept in itself. Up across the top, we have a microphone or a headphone jack, volume control for your headphones, and then 2 channels that allow you to monitor your audio, bring your audio in, auxiliary input as well, SD card slot so you can record your broadcast, and audio level readers. If I tilt it up, and you guys can see that you have the 4 HDMI inputs down here on the bottom, and then you have 3 HDMI outputs. So that's pretty nice. Then you also have a preview output. Then you can connect your tally lights. You got 2 XLR audio interfaces. You have another audio interface in, an audio interface out. RS-232, so you can control your PTZ cameras through here only. So you wouldn't need a separate joystick. You would just control your PTZ cameras through this console. So it's a pretty robust device. I'm excited to use it for this conference, to produce the conference just using this. So I won't be using an Atem. I won't be using any other switcher. I'll be using this as the switcher. So yesterday when it came in, I was able to plug up one of my cameras just to see what it looked like and kind of get myself familiarized with a little bit of what's going on here with this device. So excited to use it. But just want to show you all that. It's not on Amazon. It's not a Prime Day deal. But there will be some more gear coming along with this. The PTZ cameras that I'll be using will be 4K PTZ cameras. So they'll be the first 4K PTZ cameras I actually get to test and see what that quality really looks like. And then also how that quality just compares to like the mirrorless cameras that I'm using that are 4K. Right now, I think we're streaming at 720 to Amazon and 720 to YouTube. When I just checked YouTube on my end, it's showing 360. So I'm not sure what is going on the output side of YouTube right now, but YouTube or Amazon just requires 720. So that's what we're doing today. But for when I use this, I'm going to test out the 720, the 1080, obviously the 4K. So let me put this off to the side for now because we're not going to be looking at this today. All right, let me jump over here and look at my comment. Then we'll go through some deals that I found, kind of continue on from yesterday, and I'll let you guys know what I've come across. Dr. Elo's here on Amazon. Appreciate you being here. 50 Bubbles is here on Amazon. Thank you. Corinda on Amazon. Thank you. A webcam guy. The webcams are out there for Amazon Prime Day for sure. And then those of you all that are watching on YouTube, I did pin the link on YouTube, so you can just come right on over and watch on Amazon because all the products will be right below me. Now, I want to try, before I went to the deals that I came across and some of the companies that are having more deals than others. I just want to see if I can pull up my chat on my screen. Probably, yes, I can pull it up on my computer. All right, it's so much easier for me to monitor my chat over here. All right, first thing I have in the product carousel is a 49 49-inch monitor. Now, let me grab, uh, it's going to be some work. I have this over here. Let me grab this. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to make myself work today. When I get back from this conference, I need to rebuild this place out again because I used to stand over here all the time, and now I'm sitting down over here all the time. All right. So let me swap this out and move this around real quick. And I see the questions coming in, so I'll get to the questions here as soon as I get this tripod level. Okay. All right. So first thing I have up is the 49-inch monitor. And let me jump into y'all's questions so I don't overlook them. Um, 50 Bo says, what camera are you using? Right now, I'm using the Sony A6400. Um, so that camera is a Sony A6400. I'll add it to the carousel. I don't believe there's any deals on any of the Sony cameras right now. I did see a, a Sony A7 III, I think maybe was out there, but that was the only like mirrorless camera because I've been definitely trying to keep my eye on those along with the lenses because that's an important part of this whole setup too. Dr. Elo can attest to that for sure. But I'm using the Sony A6400 on this camera, and then on this camera, I'm using the Sony A6400, and then this camera is the Sony Alpha 1. So 6400 here, 6400 on the other angle, and then this is the Sony Alpha 1 for this camera right here. Um, jump back over. Accidentally closed out my Amazon page. And then the lenses. The lens on this one, I'm not sure what lens I got on now. That's the Sigma 16 millimeter on that lens on that camera front of me. On this one, gee, when you start adding all the stuff to your infrastructure, you start forgetting the specifics on it. This one over here is the 18 to 30 or 18 to 50 millimeters. So zoom lens, so I can give you a little bit tighter or a little bit wider. So that's the 18 to 50. Reason I can't remember off the top of my head is because I'm always switching these out. So if I'm going to do something over that desk and record or going to record outside or take pictures or something, I'm swapping out lenses. But the Sigma lenses are what I use. What I will do more is look to get prime lenses, Sony prime lenses, especially for the Sony Alpha 1, because it just deserves to have prime lenses. But I bounce between Sigma and Sony lenses. And I think on here, yeah, it's just the Sony 18 to 135 on here. But I did not see a lot of lenses out here on Prime Day deals, unfortunately. Let's see. BeLive is the most good platform. I love BeLive. Yes, I love BeLive, especially since they're sponsoring our group too. I love them even more. So we are using BeLive to live stream today. BeLive, we're going to have a roundtable, it looks like at the end of October. So if you're in my Facebook group, look like we're having a roundtable soon. It seems like all the good streamers are using real cameras and not webcams. Yeah, well, I guess, once you there's a certain way that a lot of people want to show up on video and that the cleaner the look, and some of us are like techies at the same time, so you got to combine the two. But whenever you can get really good audio and really good video, then like the presentation just looks so much better and it's just more visually appealing for people. But I think, yeah, I mean, it is a jump to go from a webcam up to a camera, but it is well worth it. Definitely encourage you to do audio first, lighting second, and then go for your camera because the camera is probably going to be the largest expense of it. And then if you have multiple cameras, there's a cost associated with it. But these cameras have not been purchased all at once come over time. I've been live streaming since 2016, so you figure 4, 5, 6, you're already going 7 years. This stuff comes over time. Um, and all the accessories that goes along with it, sliders and tripods and mounts and everything that goes along with it, cables, all that stuff comes over time for sure. But I will keep my eye out on some deals today. Hopefully, we see something for the Sony cameras. Now, the Sony ZV-1 was available. Let me see if we still got a deal on the Sony ZV-E1. I've always been a Sony person for as long as I can remember. So shout out to all my Canon folks and Nikon folks. I've just always been a Sony person from day one. All right, so I added the Sony ZV-1 in the carousel as well, because that was, yeah, it's still showing as a Prime Day deal. So that'll give you, I mean, the price point is a little bit better than the 6400s and even like the Sony A7S3s, which is really popular amongst people that are on YouTube. And let me go back up here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Uh, so Sony can't put that on wire. No, so Wirecast is okay. So with Wirecast, it's just a platform, just like B Live is just a platform, OBS just a platform, vMix just a platform, Melon, Ecamm, you name it. Those are just software platforms. In any of those platforms, you can connect devices to, and you can connect a Sony camera, a Canon camera, any kind of camera. The only thing you need is what's called a video capture card, so that that software recognizes that piece of equipment. So there's different capture cards that you can even use. There's ones that are built into your computer. Some of the manufacturers now, when the cameras are actually allowing you to connect your camera via USB to your computer, so it sees it as a webcam and not just a camera. 'Cause you try to connect a camera directly to your computer, it just won't work. So you need a capture card. But some of the manufacturers are allowing the USB ports on your cameras to function as a webcam. Or you can use devices like I do, the Atem Mini, which is a video switcher device. So if you have multiple cameras, rather than getting a whole bunch of multiple uh, video capture card, I literally just put my capture card over there. I would show you if you need to see it. Instead of getting multiple video capture cards, you just get a video switcher that's essentially a whole bunch of capture cards in a nice, pretty looking device itself, and then you can connect that device, that switcher device, to your computer. So you can definitely connect Sony cameras to your computer and use Wirecast, vMix, any platform you want to use. I've been using Wirecast since like 2016, 2017 with my with webcams, and then when I started getting the cameras, I still use Wirecast. Wirecast is still platform that I use, well, outside of Be Live now, because I'm live streaming here on Amazon more. Um, Wirecast is hands down the platform I'll use for most video projects that I'm doing because I've been using it for so long. Definitely use Sony cameras for that. Lawless Watson, thank you for the following here on Amazon. Um, First time here. I love what you're doing, but your audio is much better on YouTube. It must be an Amazon thing. Because when I first went live on Amazon today, for some reason, like it wasn't pulling up my page and I couldn't even see my chat. So I think it's an Amazon thing that's probably affecting the audio more than anything. I'll have to listen to the replay and see if I can troubleshoot it. Um, 50 bubbles. Are there Are there any point and click cameras that would be a good fit for video streaming instead of full frame? I had let me go through my cart and see, because I had ordered a camera just to test out this concept, like $100, and I haven't got around to getting a video done on it. And let me see if I can find a camera Okay, yeah. So I'll grab, I'll put it on screen here. 89 bucks. So, all right. So this is a camera. It's a digital camera. It says 4K. And what I was able to do, I believe this one, I took the USB port and connected it directly to my computer. Um, it's literally at the bottom of a pile in a box right now with some other gear that's sitting. So I can't easily grab this. Otherwise, I would for sure and plug it up for you. But I believe I used the USB port on here and connected directly to the my computer with the capture card that I mentioned earlier, and was able to use this. Now, the issue that I would have with this, or what I would tell you to keep in mind, is like this camera requires those little batteries that you can see in the picture. But if you're live streaming for a long period of time, like if I'm live streaming for like 2 hours today, that battery would die, and then hence the camera would die, and then your live stream would just be black. So if you're live streaming for longer than the length of that battery would allow you for, that is definitely something to keep in mind. With the cameras that I'm using now, I can put in dummy batteries and the cameras won't shut off. They will just stay on. Um, so that is the limitation with that specific camera. The quality looks better than a webcam, um, but you are limited to kind of the lens that's available for this. So the lens isn't the best lens. It's a, you know, it, it'll get the job done. It'll look better than a webcam, I think, just because it's allowing more light to come into the sensor, which is the advantage that it has over a webcam and even over some PTZ cameras. So that would could potentially be an option for you. Now, if you want to do a multiple camera setup, I would not recommend doing that with this camera. I it just at that point, I would say save the money and like get, you know, the quality gear because I did have issues with this thing, like even turning on, turning off. It wasn't the most reliable. So I wouldn't even necessarily say I would recommend it, but if you are looking for something to try, if you want to do that, that might be an option for you. Um, Okay, Burroughs, it seems like the ZV-1 pretty much a go-to point and shoot in auto. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I would venture to say the same. What's going on, David? David, I thought you followed me here on Amazon already. I know you follow everybody else. Where's Kurt? Is Kurt right behind you? uh, uh, David, we got those new Shure purple headphones in. So if Kurt hasn't shown you those yet, I have to grab them because I know his whole setup got the purple vibe going on. But I got purple head in-ear 215s. So I got the clear ones sitting beside me all the time, but the purple ones just came in as well. Rome, good to see you here. If you guys see the blue check mark with Rome, if you go to Amazon.com, look for Rome, Amazon.com/live, and then scroll through and look for Rome because he's always live streaming here on Amazon. And he's got a whole bunch of tech deals I'm sure he's going to be sharing with you all today. And he's the guy that I look at when I'm looking for lenses and stuff too, because that's Rome's space. Uh, oh, okay. Appreciate that, David. Appreciate that. David, let me see if it allows me to do it for myself. If y'all haven't hit the follow button, go ahead and hit the follow button. Appreciate David for leading the way on that. 50 Bubbles, thank you for hitting that follow button as well. All right, let me just make sure, see what the YouTube folks are doing over there. All right, no questions coming in off of YouTube. Hopefully, a lot of them migrated over here to Amazon. All right, so let me actually get to some of the stuff in the carousel, some of the deals I found. Now, if you've been watching on Amazon for a while, you already know how to just scroll through, but I got to talk about something. So let me talk about what we got here. All right, I got this camera finally set up. This is camera today. It's camera 5. So this little behind the scenes shot. Um, now in the carousel, I have let me bring it up on. Let me bring this up on the screen. Well, what you're looking at, what my camera's pointed to is the CRT9 49-inch monitor. And at the time I bought that my monitor, I think it was like 1,400. This is an updated version of my monitor that's on my desk, that 49-inch monitor. This is the Samsung, and huge fanboy of Samsung too. Samsung CRG or Samsung Odyssey G9. Samsung Odyssey G9. That's the one that's on a Prime Day deal right now. I use the older version, and I what I can tell you is, as someone that has used, I've used a lot of monitor real estate my entire working existence. From the early start of me working in a professional work environment, I've always had at least 2 monitors, always. And then I ended up using 3 monitors for the environment that I was in for a great majority of my time. So for me to work off of this one laptop right now is driving me up a wall, even though I have my little second confidence monitor over there. But if I need to do work, I prefer as much real estate as I can because I'm just so used to having it. So before I switched over and got this 49-inch ultra wide, I was using 3 23-inch monitors. Matter of fact, this monitor right behind me here is one of the monitors that I had. I actually had 3 of these. And so this is older monitor. It doesn't have HDMI, doesn't have like speakers in it. It has nothing. It's just a basic monitor. So when it's time to upgrade, instead of having 3 monitors, I was like, let me see what it would feel like to use an ultra wide. Went out and watched a whole bunch of videos on people using these ultra wide monitors, and I really love the 49-inch ultra wide. And so for most of you all, 49 inches is going to be the biggest monitor you've ever owned. Coming down from like 23 plus 23 plus 23, I'm actually decreasing my footprint with a 49-inch monitor a little bit, but I really do like using it, and I've gravitated toward using it all the time. Yesterday, I had mentioned, my mom came by the house and I set her up on her laptop. She does a lot of work with spreadsheets and things like that. So she wanted to use the monitor, obviously. And so she has not stopped talking about like how she needs a monitor in her life now. So I got to make a decision on whether or not I want to upgrade my monitor and give her my 49-inch, and I get the newer version of this monitor so I can make another YouTube video about something. Uh, but the 49 definitely helps with productivity. Now on the screen, you'll see that there's an image of a game playing. It's a monitor built for gaming and all of that stuff. I don't know anything about gaming per se on the monitor. I just use it for 100% productivity. So if I'm doing live streams, I can have up the live stream software. I can have up the chats on all the different platforms that I'm on. I can have up the internet browser for something. I can have up my Atem software. So I can bring up a lot of different windows, resize them how I want to, and having it all in one monitor is nice. Um, you know, and I also have mine mounted up. This comes with a stand, so it'll be on your desk, but I actually have it mounted up on what's they call it Ergotron HX mounting bracket stand. So I can have it off my desk and just have some more wiggle room and swing it. So it's a big monitor. It's a heavy monitor, but once you have it up there, it's in place. But if you're looking to upgrade, options are available. The 49 inches out here from Samsung right now. Next up, I looked and found this laptop. So it's an MSI laptop, and there's a lot of laptops out there, but that are on deals right now. But if you're live streaming or creating content, then I was looking for like what are the minimum specs that I would need on a laptop. And so I found this one. This is an i7, and it has 16 gigs of RAM in it. I stayed away. I'm not the one to like promote the Chromebooks or anything like that, just because I just don't feel they can really you'd be frustrated like 2 weeks after you get it, in my opinion. So if you're creating content, if you're live streaming, if you're, setting this up for your church ministry or you need to take it on the road with you to produce an event, like what are the minimum specs that I would need? And the same specs I kind of have in this laptop here. 15.6-inch screen, so that's what I'm using here. i7 processor, Intel, so that's what I'm using here, and then 16 gigs of RAM. And when I bought this laptop, it came with 16 gigs of RAM. I actually upgraded it to 32 gigs just because I wanted a little bit more space in there, room to buffer for just producing, events. But the minimum specs is definitely 16 gigs. And then this also has a 512 gig hard drive as well. 512 is not the biggest hard drive, but there is so many different external hard drives out right now that are Prime Day deals. I believe I have some of those in the carousel, so definitely check those out. But did find this laptop for anybody that's looking to upgrade the laptops. What's going on, Geraldine? Good to see you here. I was setting up my live stream and saw you over there highlighting some Sure for Teacher products over there. You guys make sure you check out Geraldine. Blue check marks stopping through. Appreciate you being here. Next up, I have the GoPro 10. Now, GoPro just actually released their GoPro 11, but I have the GoPro 10, and I don't know if a GoPro 10's in reach. The GoPro 10 is kind of in reach, but I have to get up from the desk to get it. But they have the GoPro 10 and the accessory bundle. Now, with the GoPro 11 coming out, then obviously they can drop the price on the previous model. And this model is the GoPro, the case, the swivel clip, has rechargeable batteries, and the short extension pole. So not only do you get the GoPro in this bundle kit, you get the accessories. Now, I didn't get all the accessories because when I bought mine, I ended up just paying for the GoPro itself. But these are really convenient cameras to have around. You can use these as live streaming cameras. So if you want to go from, webcam to GoPro and then get your real camera, it is an option. You can take the GoPro and it's more versatile. GoPros are built for different environments. So cold environments, warm environments, rugged environments, get beat around. There's so many accessories for them that go in the water. There's a lot of different environments for the GoPro. If you've never owned one and you're trying to capture footage with a smaller footprint, then this is definitely an option. I do like the fact that this bundle comes with the extension pole so you can mount them on. I also have these things called snap mounts. I have to look and see if snap mounts are out here and available right now. But I really love this little company that makes these things called snap mounts, and it allows you to mount your GoPro on anything, like anything. You can even have a little snap mount clip and mount it on your chest if you wanted to get that POV shot as well. Let me see, snap mount. And I don't see the snap mounts on a Prime Day deal, but I'll pull it up here for anybody that does have a GoPro. You can kind of see what that looks like. And I'll also add it to the carousel. But these can be used on previous versions of the GoPro as well. Let me add that in there. And if you guys are looking for something in particular, let me know. I did scour Amazon today looking for some of the things we talked about yesterday. Wasn't really able to find anything additional, but I am keeping my eye on the lightning deals too. All right. So that's the GoPro and the snap mount. If you own a GoPro, and the lanyard is what you can put around your neck as well to wear this, and you have basically two parts to it. You have the back plate, and then you have the part that mounts on the GoPro, and then they literally snap together, and they are tough. They're tight. They're not going anywhere. You got to use some force to pull them apart. But I really like this one for the GoPro. So I'll probably be wearing this when I do the setup at the conference to kind of show you behind the scenes. I'll be wearing a snap mount around my neck and having a GoPro on me. At least that's my plan in my mind right now. We'll see what happens when I actually get down there and try to pull off this event. All right, let me turn this camera off because I'm not using. David says, can you talk about the drop in price on the Atem Mini Pro and ISO? Yeah, so Atem Mini has dropped the price. So if you're looking for a video switcher, now is definitely the time. Now, I haven't seen the price reflected, however, on Amazon. Let me see. Oh, okay, finally. Today I do. Now I do. Now we do. All right. Yesterday I didn't see the price reflected, and so I will add that in there. Good catch, David. This device used to be $595, y'all. 595. I believe like the A10 Mini Pro and the Elgato Stream Deck. I think those two devices are just going to be staples in everybody's home office here, if it isn't already. A10 Mini Pro used to be $595. It is now $295. Now, with this price drop, this is what I would recommend for anyone to use as a capture device. As much as I love the uh, Elgato capture card and even some of the budget-friendly capture cards, like, if you're going to use one camera, chances are you're gonna very quickly want to use 2 in some capacity. And if you want to use 2 cameras, then you would need 2 capture cards. So you might as well go ahead and just get the ATEM Mini switcher and just be done with it because it'll give you 4 inputs. So you can use either 2 cameras, a laptop to bring in a screen. You can bring in another HDMI source. So you have up to 4 different HDMI inputs that you could bring in to your computer essentially. And then with the ability to have, controlling audio, you can bring your audio into it as well, light transitions. And I think it's just a really good device. That'll be around for a while. So um, glad to see price now reflected here on Amazon, and with it only showing 3 left, I'm sure these will move pretty quick because people that are familiar with this product but just have been holding off. Now with the price drop, I'm sure there'll be a mass rush to go ahead and get these. So I would I wouldn't be surprised if ATM comes or Black Magic comes out with another one soon. I wouldn't mind having another an A10 Mini Pro just for like travel, because typically I'll take my A10 Mini Extreme, which has 8 inputs, and I don't need 8 puts in a lot of cases. So having a smaller A10 might be something I might consider for myself, just for business purposes, because it's just a smaller footprint. But yeah, good to see it reflected here in Amazon now. All right, let me jump over here and make sure that we didn't miss anything on YouTube. All right, a few more y'all YouTubers and jumped on here. Let me see what we got. Kara Solutions. I just looked at that laptop confirmation for me. Oh, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, like I said, I didn't see a lot of like higher end laptops, a lot of budget laptops, but like something that you won't get frustrated with after a couple weeks. I didn't see too many, but MSI makes some good stuff. Chester says, "Do you see any PTZ cameras that would be used for streaming?" I didn't, but I'm selling a couple myself. I'm selling a couple to upgrade to some. Well, some 4Ks are being sent to me, so I'll be reviewing them. But I don't really have a need for my other ones here shortly. But I'll go through and see if I can find some more. Um, I found some, but they are I don't know. I just couldn't recommend them like that. I haven't used them one, and I'm just kind of leery of some of them. I'm not sure they work and they're just fine, but like I always think about like trying to future proof yourself, not buying something and then you're boxed into just that device, and then when you're ready to upgrade, that device has you can't even like reuse it for what you're trying to do later on. Let me see. Let me go jump up here real quick. PTZ cameras. 'Cause that'll be a good segue to the next thing I have in the carousel that I want to talk about. Um, we did yesterday talk about the OBS bot. So this is a 4K AI tracking webcam, a little small one you can mount on your computer. I don't have the 4K version. I have the 1080p version of that. Now, there are some coupons out. These coupons aren't Prime Day coupons where it says save $45, save $50. These aren't Prime Day coupons. I see these out here on a regular basis. And working with some of these brands, I know that they allow these coupons to change when they want to. You might see it say $50 one day. You might see it say $200 the next day. So definitely keep your eye on it. But just know that if you see coupons for these PTZ cameras, are not Prime Day specific. So you do have some time. You're not, I wouldn't rush out and get anything right now. Now, if you see something that has a blue Prime Early Access, those are probably on a discount. But even those, like I mentioned yesterday, some of the manufacturers increase their retail price and then show a discounted price that's not really much of a discount from what it is any other day of the week. But I didn't see a lot of PTZ cameras out here that are, any type of deal. PTZ Optics, I already looked. I didn't see any deals for them. AV cans, I didn't see any deals for them yesterday. Um, PT 645. That's a 20x SDI. I mean, it's 645 is a really good deal, and then you got a coupon on top of that too. All of these PTZ cameras under $1,000. Like it used to not be that way a couple years ago. You couldn't find a PTZ camera under $1,000. You were like shooting at least 1,500, $2,000 range. So these budget friendly cameras are really nice to finally have access to. Let me see. Is this the Field World one? Okay, no. This company, they reached out to me to send me one. I kind of turned them down. I told them they'll have to pay for me to feature it. I don't want to keep doing review videos on all these PTZ cameras just because they're all the same. They're using the same manufacturer, the same suppliers and everything. They're just kind of changing the look of some of their devices. Some of them are like blatant copies. But they have a deal out there right now. I did see, well, I'll jump over here since I'm talking about it. The Field World. So Field World has a lot of deals on their equipment. If anybody has used Field World, you're probably familiar with their monitors. I know I have a Field World 7-inch monitor. Let me grab it and I'll throw it on the screen. And I'm apologizing in advance to my YouTube audience because my YouTube chat is hidden behind my Amazon chat. Since Amazon Prime Day, I got to give my Amazon folks the priority of screen real estate for what I'm looking at right now. But the Field World PTZ camera is a Prime Day deal, along with a lot of just other Field World products that you can see all of those in the carousel, wireless video, some of their cameras, and then obviously the monitors that I just talked about. They have a lot of deals going on right now. And then their HDMI video switcher as well. So if you're looking for like a using all of the same manufacturer for your products, like you could build out a whole live stream setup studio with Field World equipment, PTZ cameras, PTZ's video switcher, PTZ controller, extra monitors. They've got their larger 15.6-inch monitor. I just sent Field World an email this morning. I said, hey, I'm gonna feature your products on Amazon. You guys should send me some so I could like show it and give you guys like specific answers to it because I really like the monitor that I have. But this C-Tech is a monitor that's under that line as well, and this could be used for your your preview screen, and that makes things more convenient too because it's built to do that stuff. Where's my phone is ringing over there. Let me jump back over here. But yeah, I couldn't find any PTZ cameras really. For Mako, I did get an email from them too. I just don't have the time to review it. Likes and subscribes make it worth my time to do these review videos, y'all. Because a lot of these companies they just want to send you this stuff, and then when it's after I look at it and make a video, like all the cost is on me to take time out, look at the camera, review the camera, edit the video, upload the video, but they don't want to like pay for the time or the effort it takes to actually create the video. So I've turned them down as well. But I know AJ, a lot of you guys follow AJ on YouTube. I know he's used the Flaco ones. So I just kind of take his word for it, like they're just good cameras. But I've never personally used any of those. Let me see. I don't recall. They didn't come up in any of my searches for deals. Let me see. But they got some coupons associated with theirs as well. $4.99. I've been really trying to pay a lot of attention to the 4K versions of them now of the PTZ cameras, just because the price point is not that much different if you can swing it. Um, let's see. That gets me back to Pursuals. Now, I would say as well, keep an eye out for PTZ Optics because they're introducing their 4Ks. I believe that theirs is going to be out this month. So PTZ Optics just has better customer support, better customer service, and their 4K PTZs are really what I would get my hands on to see what their quality is like. So if you're looking to upgrade PTZ cameras, you may want to consider 4K. Just have to have that 4K infrastructure too. But no Prime Day deals really that I would recommend. But definitely, I saw the controllers out here, and then the coupons. Like I said, they're always out there. Let's see. All right, I think I got all yours, Chester. Let me bounce back over here into Amazon. What's going on, Michelle? Good to see Michelle. Michelle, you live streaming on Prime Days? I've been telling everybody to follow the blue check marks. As the blue check marks show up here on Amazon, make sure you guys go follow Michelle. Michelle's awesome, awesome, awesome. And if you're live streaming, Michelle, what type of products are you live streaming about so these people can know? 12:30 Central Standard Time, home stuff, y'all. So if you looking for some home deals, go follow Michelle at 12. Oh, and she got a giveaway. See, Michelle gonna have a better stream because y'all gonna have a chance to win something. Over here, you ain't winning none of this stuff. I'm keeping all of my stuff. Michelle gonna have a giveaway on her stream. So y'all make sure you go check her out at 12:30 Central Standard Time to look for some home stuff. There's a whole bunch of us live streaming on Amazon. So Amazon.com/live, and you can sort through the list of live streamers. But look for my purse strings over on Amazon. I might pop over there too, see if I get it. I'm gonna throw my hat in the entries to win. Thank you for being here, stopping through, Michelle. All right, let's see what else we got here, techie wise, that I found. All right, let me go through some of the the lightning deals, because one of them is moving kind of quick that I had in the carousel when I first put it in the carousel earlier today. It was at 0%. Now it's at 52% claim. So let me make sure I show y'all that, so you won't come back and say, how come you didn't tell us? All right, this is a USB-C docking station. 52% claimed right now. I believe this is Mac only. So if you're on Team Mac and you need those extra ports, like I tend to need, now I have a another docking station. So I have all the ports I need. But if I was in the market, I would probably be looking for something like this. This has, let me see if I can bring up that picture without um, blocking it. All right, yeah, so I'm not blocking it there. Uh, Extra USB ports, extra HDMI ports, extra USB-C ports, Ethernet port, and then your SD card slot. So if you're using like a Mac Mini like I am, you're limited on ports. If you're using a MacBook Pro, you're limited on ports. So having a hub is a nice addition to your setup. Did find that as a lightning deal here on Prime Day. Let's see, another one I have in here I talked about yesterday were the monitors. There's a lot of these 15-inch monitors. I'll show you, like I'm literally using a monitor over here as my confidence monitor. Let me turn this around here and switch over to camera 5. I keep wanting to go to 6 for some reason. So I'm using a 15-inch monitor myself. Mine is from a company called Fanger, but all of these monitors, I believe they're also produced in the same location because they all look the same. But there is a Prime Day deal on 15-inch portable monitor. These things definitely come in handy. See, I literally have mine hooked up. It's like double-sided tape, and I showed y'all the double-sided tape yesterday. The double-sided tape on my bookshelf over here, and it acts as my confidence monitor. So my camera, I'm looking directly into my camera, and just off on the left-hand side, I've got that monitor up there so that I can tell you guys what is on sale, the deals, and actually look at some of the specs. But the monitor, nice device to have if you need some extra monitor real estate, and it's portable too. All right, what else do I have in here? Come back to batteries. Travel laptop. Let me grab that. Get your comment, Chester. Just want to know right here. I want. I appreciate that, Chester. I appreciate that. All right, let me show y'all the microphone. Okay. Maybe getting a Logitech Mevo. We'll see. I just got an email back from the company. They want to do a paid sponsorship for the Mevo starts. So just a heads up. You guys heard it first. Just a heads up. All right. Let's see. Where did my Amazon screen go? I just lost my Amazon window. If there's any type of things you guys want me to look for, let me know. We'll jump in the lightning deal section. Oh, Rome's over there streaming. Rome was in the chat earlier. He's over there streaming now. All right. All right. Here's the bag. Let me show y'all the bag. I can never have too many bags, so I'm gonna just have to stay away from this one. But I have plenty of bags. This one actually has a USB charging port in there, and it's water resistant, so that's nice. So you can charge up your devices inside of your bag. Got enough compartments. No, it's not a camera bag. So if it was a camera bag, I'd be more, excuse me, likely to kind of look into it. But you're looking for another book bag, waterproof or water resistance, I should say. And then it has the capable holding up to 17.3-inch laptop. And I did find that. Gee, none of these have been claimed. All right, let me show y'all this one. I remember when I first saw this concept years ago. But if you're using a laptop and you need more screens, this is a triple portable monitor setup. So you have your main monitor screen, and then you set this behind or set this on top of the main monitor screen, and now you have a three-screen display. So you can be portable, but still have all the real estate that you need of a monitor. I'm surprised, like, it's still 0% claim, but this is a Prime Day deal that I came across. And you can find different manufacturers out there, so I'm not sure if there's anybody else that has the same same type of product out there, but this is a deal that's out there. So something to check out. Extra screen real estate for your laptop, but no rush to get it because it's a Prime Day deal that no one else has claimed yet. But I don't see why not. If I didn't have my Atem uh, Mini Pro, because it's a three monitor setup, that whole system is a setup in itself, I would be all over this extra monitor extension because to try to live produce or do something on one 15-inch monitor, it's just not enough for me. So I would definitely have gotten something like that if I needed it. But I did see that. I wanted to show y'all that one. What other techie stuff did I have? I had a network switch in here. Let me show y'all this one. I think we talked about this yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to really highlight it. This is the Sennheiser MKE200. Right now, I think the audio on Amazon is not as good as it is on YouTube from what you guys tell me, but I am using a Sennheiser microphone. I'm using the Sennheiser MKH50, which is a longer boom microphone. So Sennheiser one, they just make really good audio devices, headphones, microphones. This is one of the onboard microphones. So, like my mirrorless camera here, I could easily plug in that microphone on top of my camera and just get much better audio than I would just using the onboard built-in microphone on the cameras. And if you have a mirrorless camera, you already know what I'm talking about. The audio that you just get in from the built-in any built-in audio, the built-in audio on your laptop, the built-in audio on the speakers, they're all garbage. So you have to like upgrade them if you actually want better quality. So Sennheiser, this is one of their newer little microphones, MK8 or the MKE200, and it's just a little shotgun microphone that you put on your lap or put on your camera. There you can see it there, and it's a really small form factor, so you don't have this big obscure microphone just hanging off of it and plugs directly into your camera with one cable. So I found that deal out there. That deal was out here yesterday. That is a real deal because usually that thing is $99 because I've seen it since it came out. Just kind of you're always just looking at the equipment and kind of just seeing what prices look like. That is a real deal. They didn't mark that up and then mark it back down to make it look like a deal. So that's one that I would definitely encourage people to look at if they need to upgrade their onboard camera microphone. You need that controller. Um, Jump if you're able to, Chester. I'm gonna put the Amazon link back in here because it's super easy to grab it off of Amazon as I'm live streaming here on the platform. So if you're able to grab or click on that link, what it'll do is it'll take you from YouTube and you can watch the same thing right here on Amazon. And then underneath my video on Amazon is everything that I'm talking about. All you got to do is just click it, add the card. It makes it so much easier. I'm gonna I'm gonna do my best to do more Amazon live streams when I talk tech, just because it is so much easier to actually see the products. One, because I can physically show it, even though I'm in this confined space. But two, you guys can just click on it and just add it to your cart, add it to your wish list, add it to the waiting list, and all that kind of stuff. So much easier on Amazon. Let's see here. Let me jump back over to my YouTube chat. All right, our YouTube is good and Amazon is good. Let's see what else we got. Hard drives. Let's see. Let's see what else we got in here. Which route do I want to go? There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Okay. We'll just go in order. Go back to order. I like to put these in like some type of story sequence, but I didn't do it today. All right, let's jump to the TP link. This is what I have been using. Um, I actually have a 5-port. This is an 8-port TP link. Is this on PoE? I don't think I checked PoE on this one. Or power over Ethernet. Because if you're using your PTZ cameras, I know some of us want to go power over Ethernet to save on running unnecessary cables. I don't believe this one is PoE though, unfortunately. But if you need physical networking switch, this is one. Let me see if I can find PoE switch, because that's what you should get anyway. Let's see. Here's one. Not familiar with this company though. Let me put this on screen. Y'all can see what I'm scrolling through. So if you get a PoE switch, especially for devices, if you have PoE devices like cameras that can turn on from the Ethernet power, I would just encourage you to get an Ethernet PoE switch if you're going to be networking your equipment. The one I just showed at the Prime Day deal, that one doesn't look to be PoE, so you can't power on your device. But it's nice when you don't have to run a separate power cable, especially if you have a camera that's mounted up somewhere like we do at our church. We have camera mounted in this almost, at the top of the ceiling almost, and there's no power outlets at the top of your ceiling. So the only way to power is like to run a super long extension cable, or you run one cable and wrap it all the way up there, which you can connect directly to your network, which makes it a lot more convenient. You can control your camera through PoE, you can send video through the PoE, and you can power it through the PoE. So you look for PoE switches if you have those types of cameras. Let's see. The Teradek Spark 4K. We talked about this yesterday. I demoed it yesterday as well. This is a 4K wireless video transmission system. Typically, this is like $14.99. So this is a real deal too, because I've watched this for a while. Um, this is a small form factor video transmission system. So I actually connected it here to my camera yesterday and showed you how easy it was to just connect it HDMI out of the camera and into the transmitter. And then if it was fully charged, I would have been able to just use it just like that. But I actually had to physically plug it in. And then the receiver is the same thing, HDMI out into my video capture card. In my case, it's the Atem device. And same thing there. You can power that on if the DC power just plugged in. And we were able to take video wirelessly from this camera and bring it into the production. So if you're looking for video transmission system, Teradek Spark 4K is on a deal. I also use the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro system. I didn't see that on a Prime Day deal, and I also didn't see their new 4K transmission system on a deal. Let me see if they happen to be running one now. Randomly, sometimes I've seen them mark down theirs. So $5.99 still, so nothing there. And then 4K. Yeah, so this is the 4K sub. These are the new devices that just came out at the IBC conference. They just had these 4K transmitters, receivers released. What's going on, Chris? I see you over here, but I don't see you over here. Looks like my chat is failing me on the desktop version. There we go. Let me quick refresh there. Monty 4K. I'm trying, Chris. Like I want my whole infrastructure to be 4K. I gotta show you this, Chris, real quick. Because I know you bouncing around over here. Let me show you this real quick. So let me move this. And bring out this. So before we started, I got this. It just showed up yesterday. I'm going to be producing this conference, and I reached out to a company and said, "Hey, I would love to like feature your product on my YouTube channel because I'm going to be doing this conference. And this device right here is not sold on Amazon, but I'm trying to collaborate with the company and show my value to them and encourage them to get on Amazon so we can sell this unit. But this is a 4K video switcher. And for my PTZ people, it's really nice because you can actually control the 4K. Oops, what camera am I on? Six. Okay. You can actually record, or not record, but you can record it in 4K, but you have to buy another device. But it has 4K streaming capability. So on the top, you have 4 HDMI inputs. I got to change the whole show just for you, Chris. You have 4 HDMI inputs, and then you have 3 HDMI outputs, and then you have a couple audio jack slots so you can run audio into it too. But this is all touchscreen. This is a touchscreen panel, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You just touch to switch between the different cameras. So you don't have to have an extra monitor. You can just look at this. And then they got this cool button for vertical mode. So if you have their cameras, you can flip their cameras into vertical mode just by a click of a button. All 4 cameras just go to vertical mode. Pan, tilt, zoom. So in the preview window, you can pan, tilt, and zoom your cameras and get them all set up. You have presets over here, position presets for all your cameras, menu options to go through, change your settings. But this whole thing is touchscreen here. Then you got physical buttons to switch through your transitions on the right and physical buttons here at the top. Audio, headphone jack, controls up here, SD card slot to record the production. So this is what I'm going to be playing with a little bit more. I'm going to do a couple of videos on it. So I'm excited to kind of play with that here in the coming weeks. So that's on loaner. So I got to send that one back just because they don't have them in stock. Literally, that's the last one that one of the companies had, and they sent it to me on loaner just for this one event and to create some content for them too. But hopefully I get a permanent one in once they get them back in stock so we can create a lot more content on the YouTubes and on the Amazons. Yep. So 4 total inputs. So what they say in the directions is more so that it's 3 inputs for cameras, and the 4th you would use for your laptop. The 4th one can be used for a camera, but when you look at the menu and you like want to do presets, you only see 3 listed. So they don't promote it as a 4 camera input switcher. They promote it more so as a 3 camera input, but it's 4 HDMI inputs, if that makes sense. So it's like the Atem Mini, it's like you got 4 cameras. Like here, it's like now 3, because you can actually control 3 and set up 3 in the menu, but you do have that 4th one available to you if you wanted to use it like as a static wide shot or something. But there's my departure from the deals on Amazon. Let's see what else we got in here. So I got a newer slider in here. Actually, not too long. I guess it's been a little while. I had this slider, but I just sold it. I think I had a shorter version of this. This is a manual slider, so some of those shots that you want, if you don't have a steady hand like me, but you want a steady shot, there was the newer slider that's available. So that was on a pretty good deal out here right now. Don't buy a slider if you don't think you're going to use it on a regular basis. I caught myself not using my slider as much as I thought I was going to use it. Now with the automated one, I do use that one a lot more. Have that in the carousel as well. That's the iFootage slider. I'm a big fan of like iFootage products. I have 2 of their tripods, a couple of their ball heads, L bracket mount stuff. I bought all of it. Let me find. Lost my Amazon window again. Let's see. I turn my camera back on. I can show you all the slider. It's not turned on right now. I guess I could turn it on if I really wanted to. Hold on. Let's see. All right, so camera. Let's see if I get this right this time. 5. All right. So there's my slider. So this main camera right there, my slider is on it, and it's pretty easy to use. If you give me 2 seconds, I'll actually turn it on and kind of let it do its thing and go back and forth here. If the battery's charged. If the battery's not charged, then we won't do it. Let me grab a battery. All right, power it on. All right, so I set my 8 point. So B point. So slider is set up. Oh, now I gotta flip my screen back up so I can see. All right, so I set up the slider, and you can see it moving now, and it's pretty easy to set up and use. It does have the mobile app that you can set up for it. Let me switch over here. So, and move this over just a little bit. So, camera 1 right now is on my slider going back and forth. It uses these MPF style batteries to operate and power. I believe you get like 6 hours if from a fully charged battery. This thing can go. Uh, right now, I have it set to 2 points, so it does pan. It does pan and tilt. No, it does pan. It does pan only. It doesn't tilt down. It doesn't zoom in, so it just pans back and forth. And try to make sure I give you all the right information on this one. And this one I can set to different time. So the amount of time it gets from point A to point B back to point A, you can set the timer for that. You can set it to just go one direction and just do like from A to B and just stop. Or what I have it set at now is a continuous back and forth. So this is what I use for, grabbing some of the B-roll of product shots that I use in the YouTube videos because I don't have the steady hand. So this allows it to go back and forth. It's a nice like secondary angle, something a little bit different. Typically, if I'm doing multiple camera live streaming, and I don't live stream as often as I would like to these days, but I'll have this as like a secondary shot, and I'll have a slower pan so you can just see, the slight movement in the camera, so you don't have to have that camera operator there. So it's a the really cool, you know, dimension that you can add to your video, and it's all automated. And I like the iFootage stuff because it's just easy to use, easy to set up. I have it right now on an iFootage stand with a Komodo Komodo ball head on it, C stars. So C stars allows me to just take it off the tripod and put it on another tripod. So iFootage just makes some good stuff too. They have a few deals that are out here today, like they did yesterday for Prime Day. But Field World seems like they're kind of dominating the day with the amount of deals that they actually have right now. Let me jump back over here. So that's the. Let's see. Anything else in here? I've got some other accessories on there. My I can feel my throat like going on me, my voice. I don't want to lose it all the way. So I feel it going on me. I'm gonna get ready to wrap up unless there's anything else you guys want me to take a look at. But in the carousel, I did add a few more items. I added HDMI fiber cables. I'm a big fan of the fiber cables, HDMI. I've added the um, some Cat 6 network cables. So if you are going to network your devices or looking to network them with that PoE switch, I did add some Cat 6 networking cables. Make sure you get the right length of your cables. Also added some external hard drives. Seagate has some hard drives, specifically how they have it labeled is for the Xbox and the PlayStation. I know Chris Stone was talking about his sons playing their devices, and he was showing one of the portable monitors that he uses that's on Prime Day as well. So they have these external hard drives that are available for you all that need more storage space. I have Xbox in the room next door, so we needed to get external hard drives just to have enough space to store the games. Because last thing you want to do is play all the levels and then start over again. So we don't want to do that. What else I got in here? The I thought I had the yeah, the MPF batteries that I'm talking about like right now, right here. So this is what I'm using to power my slider right now, just this battery. And then I also use these for some of the lights that I have. The panel light that's over here can be powered with this. There's something else that my, this monitor. No, not that monitor. Um, might be that monitor. I think it's my Lilliput monitor can be powered by these, but these MPF batteries come in handy because um, they do power quite a few electronics and they use the same style battery. So I did find those as a Prime Day deal. The newer 2 packs are available, and micro SD cards. Gotta have SD cards. So I've got 4 in my cart right now. You can actually see it right there, right now on this side. So up in my cart, you see like 4 of them sitting up in there. Just so y'all know, the limit is 5 because I accidentally hit 6 and then said nope, you can't do that. So limit is 5 if you need SD cards. And let's see what else we got in there. I think that's about it. I added a couple extra things as we had talked about earlier in the stream. But those are some deals that I came across. So we're still in day 2 of Amazon Prime Day. I might be back if I'm able to find some like really good deals. Still looking for things with Pelican cases. I'll still keep my eye out for some PTZ camera deals. There's some tripods that are out there. I didn't add up to this carousel, but if you're looking for tripods, there's some out there. And there was one more thing I was trying to call, and I can't. Oh, I know people are asking about the Rode Wireless Go's microphone systems. Didn't see those out there, but I did see the Mayono wireless lapel system out there, and I think that I didn't see any audio mixers. So if you need like an audio interface, I didn't see any deals on those, but we'll keep looking. Hopefully, we'll see something. And if we don't see it during Prime Days now, then we know to look for Black Friday for sure and Cyber Monday because almost everything has some type of discount associated with it then. All right, let me make sure I didn't miss any comments. I think we are good here on Amazon. So thank you guys for hanging out with me on Amazon and hitting that follow button if you're brand new here. I think we're all good on the YouTube side of things as well. So again, glad to kind of be here with you all on Amazon Prime Day 1 yesterday and Amazon Prime Day number 2 today. And hopefully you guys find what you're looking for out there and hopefully you get a good deal as well. With that, I'll see you next time.